reporting once again from the front lines of gender relations, where logic has taken an unpaid vacation and probably isn't coming back. Today's case will leave even the most battle-hardened veterans stunned. Picture this: a woman sitting in her car, perfect hair, pouring her heart out. At the start of the year, she told her husband, "Honey, I want a divorce." Okay, so far, sounds familiar, right? Maybe he's drunk, maybe he's abusive, maybe he's unemployed. Nope. Watch closely.
I don't know if I'm going to actually post this because this is super vulnerable for me and I'm a pretty open person. But earlier this year, I told my husband I wanted a divorce. And this would probably shock a lot of my friends and my family because I hadn't told anybody, okay? I walked myself through the logistics of where would I live, how would we split the time with the kids, who gets the dog, where, all of those things, okay? Had a full breakdown. I feel like I have been searching for something in my relationship that we don't have for the whole time we've been married, which has been 10 years. There is not a single thing about my husband in and of himself that I do not love. Let me be very clear about that. He is the most self-disciplined, loyal, hardworking, good person that you could meet on this planet.
According to her, he's the most disciplined, loyal, hardworking, good man on this planet and the best father. Hold up. Rewind that. You heard it right. She wants to divorce the guy she herself describes as practically perfect. So here's the million-dollar question. What the hell is going on?
And that is probably the reason, that is the reason why I have not left, okay? Our relationship and what my expectations are for my marriage and what they always happen are not met, right? Which I don't know if anybody's are. The reason that pushed me to even bring up divorce and talk about it was the fact that I feel like I can't be myself with my husband. And it's really confusing because I'm 32 years old. I am a mom of 3 and I still don't know who I am. So for me to be like, oh, I can't be myself or you don't love me for who I am isn't really fair because I don't know who I am.
Ah, here comes the twist. The problem isn't him, it's her. My expectations for marriage just aren't being met, and the cherry on top, I can't be myself around him. Then she adds, although that's not really fair because I don't even know who I am. Bingo! There it is, the modern tragedy. A 32-year-old woman, mom of 3, married to a great man, suddenly decides she's lost herself. Translation: life's too stable, the husband's too good, there's not enough drama. So she manufactures a crisis just to have something to overcome and cry about in a car video.
This on here in the first place is we are coming up on our 10-year anniversary. We're going to Mexico, to Cabo for our 10-year anniversary trip. And we're rewriting our vows. We never wrote vows in the first place. We didn't have vows when we got married. And I'm struggling to write my vows, like to write a vow. And I think that's because I still feel very unsure in our relationship. The one thing that we finally talked about this past week together, because it's just been something that since we kind of talked about it and I brought it up and we committed to change and we committed to working on our relationship, I started my own business, he quit his job, roles have changed, life has been crazy, and we just haven't come back to talking about this subject. And
her biggest torment right now? She can't write vows for their 10-year anniversary. Oh, the agony. Forget paying a mortgage or raising kids. The real suffering is stringing a few words together about the man you supposedly love. Truly unbearable. And instead of seeing a therapist and sorting out the chaos in her own head, what does she do? That's right, she goes online and asks strangers, what did you do to make your marriage into what you wanted? Here's some free advice. Maybe start by appreciating what you already have. Maybe the issue isn't the marriage, maybe it's your brain, overstuffed with Instagram fantasies about finding yourself and chasing eternal euphoria.
I brought it up again because I'm like, I'm going to be honest with you, like, writing these vows is hard. I don't feel like we're any closer. I don't feel like anything has really changed since I brought this up 6 months ago, 9 months ago, whatever. And I want to work on our relationship. Like, at the end of the day, of course, I could get a divorce and try to go find the love that I'm craving with somebody else. But that's going to come with its own hardships, its own complications, and ones that I'm not willing to take on, right? I love Ryan. He is the best father, okay? I just need to learn how to explain what I need from him in our relationship, and he needs to be able to give that, and I need to be doing the same for him, so that we can both, like, in 10 years from now, in the next 10 years, look back and say, like, we put in the work and we finally have the marriage and the relationship that we have always wanted, and that is what I want.
Fellas, let this be a lesson. You can be the perfect husband, the perfect dad, but if your woman suddenly decides she needs to discover herself, all bets are off. Because you're not competing with other men, you're competing with a fantasy in her head. And in that battle, logic and common sense are the first casualties.